All around the world, strange encounters are leaving people unsettled.
It was missing a limb. It had a sort of a dark grayish skin color.
Mysterious beings walking through the streets, reptilian figures shifting their skin, and alien forms appearing in unexpected places. These are the most convincing extraterrestrial videos, so watch closely before they get deleted.
Oh my God!
Mateo Williams, a former military official from Arizona, claimed he caught an interdimensional being entering his backyard. CCTV showed this figure trying to leap over the wall and landing near his pool. It stood there for a few seconds, but when the man rushed outside, it turned its head and vanished, like it had slipped between dimensions. Experts who reviewed the clip said the creature's movements didn't match any animal or human. It might be exploring or escaping. Either way, it knew exactly where to go once it was seen. Doorbell encounter.
What did you see?
But I saw something at a window.
Hey, stop.
On October 12th, 2023, a California family's Ring doorbell captured something chilling. A pale, large-eyed figure appeared outside their window, moving with unnatural stillness. When the man approached to see for himself, his camera glitched.
Oh my God, go to the room now! Go!
And the figure vanished, only to reappear moments later behind the glass. The feed distorted again before cutting out completely. Investigators confirmed the footage was genuine, but refused to share the unedited version. The family's identity remains protected for security reasons. Some believe what they filmed wasn't just an alien, but a spy sent to observe human homes more closely than ever before.
Are you in your room?
Hilltop beings. The footage from Ilha do Mel spread across Brazil like wildfire. Two enormous silhouettes, easily 10 feet tall, stood motionless on the cliff's edge, watching the hikers below. Their limbs looked too long, their posture too still. Sarah DeLeet, who filmed the sighting, swore the hilltop was unreachable. Moments later, the figures shifted, smoothly, unnaturally, then vanished behind the ridge. Locals joked that even beings from other worlds loved their coastline. But what unsettled many was that hours later, satellites briefly lost signal over that same area. It's as if the visitors didn't just leave, they shut something down before they did.
Mano, pior que mexe esquisito demais.
Blue visitor. In June 2025, Jessica Ortiz's security camera caught a strange, small figure walking past her porch in the middle of the night. It had smooth, blue-gray skin, 3 to 4 feet tall. Moments later, loud bangs were heard from her backyard gate, but nothing appeared on her motion sensors. Her aunt next door reported hearing 3 thuds on her roof and scratching sounds that made her hide in fear. What's odd is, minutes before the noises, nearby residents reported weak radio signals and flickering power. Jessica believes whatever passed her house wasn't from here, and it came to observe, and when noticed, it simply disappeared. Rooftop creature. This man, Henry, in 2022, captured something deeply unsettling while filming his yard. Hidden behind thick bushes, his camera caught a tall, hairless figure crouched on his rooftop. Before he could process what he was seeing, the being leaped effortlessly to another roof, vanishing into the shadows. People online accused him of faking it with CGI, but his raw footage showed no edits, only fear in his voice. Neighbors later claimed they'd heard scratching sounds on their own rooftops that same week. Maybe it wasn't just a random sighting. Something was moving across the houses, searching for a way in. Window being. While visiting his old family cabin in Alaska, a man decided to record a tour of his inherited property. Everything seemed normal until a faint noise came from the window. As he opened it, something lunged at him through the metal bars. A hairless, rough-skinned creature with long arms. Startled, he slammed the window shut and ran. Later, when reviewing the footage, he realized the being had been hiding there before he arrived, as if waiting. Locals later hinted that the property once belonged to a trapper who kept something locked inside. Maybe that something was never meant to escape. odd figure. In Peru, an old abandoned house became the center of fear when a man's camera captured something unexplainable. As he filmed the empty halls, his lens caught a glimpse of a figure, hairless, gray, and staring straight into the camera with black, bottomless eyes. He tried to zoom in, but the footage glitched violently before cutting off. Locals claim that no one lives there, yet lights flicker inside every few nights. Some believe it's not just one being, but a nest of creatures using the ruins as their hideout, feeding off the curiosity of those who dare to look. AI warning. This old Area 51 clip remains one of the most talked about leaks in extraterrestrial history. It showed a frail alien, said to have been recovered after a Nevada crash. Surrounded by scientists, it struggled to speak, its breathing uneven. Then came the chilling part. It warned humanity about artificial intelligence, saying it would become a threat greater than any war. Before it could finish, the video abruptly cut off. The file vanished from all known archives, and those who tried to repost it claimed their accounts were instantly removed. Maybe the warning wasn't just about machines, but about who would control them. Transformation Project. At first, people thought it was another viral stunt of 2023. A man with black eyes, no ears, and strange patterns all across his skin like circuitry. He called himself Anthony Lafredo, part of the Black Alien Project. The media claimed it was body modification, but an older clip from 2021 resurfaced, showing similar traits long before his surgeries began. In that one, the same patterns appear on his body. Now, theorists suspect the 27% completed comment he made wasn't about plastic surgery. It was progress toward a form his kind once had. Rooftop beings. In 2022, a security camera from a city building in Utah recorded two tall, motionless figures standing on a rooftop. They had elongated limbs, dark, reflective eyes, and inhuman skin. At first, people assumed it was a prank, until experts confirmed the footage had no signs of editing. They seemed to be waiting for someone or something. Some theories say their craft malfunctioned and they were stranded, while others believe the rooftop was a chosen signal point. The video disappeared soon after, but witnesses swear they felt watched for days after seeing it online. Hidden base. Another cave video surfaced weeks later, this one from a military drone near a restricted zone. The footage showed an alien slowly emerging from the cave, moving in a hunched position as if checking its surroundings. Its posture suggested it was hiding or escaping. Just as it turned toward the drone, the feed glitched and cut. Analysts noticed the drone's GPS lost signal exactly at that moment. Could these caves be part of a larger network, one that our technology isn't allowed to fully record? Whatever hides below may be far closer than anyone wants to believe. Doorbell alien. In El Paso, Texas, a woman, Christine, reviewing her Ring camera footage, came across a chilling sight. Standing on her front door was a wrinkled gray creature, its huge black eyes fixed directly on the lens. Behind it, a trash can lay overturned, as if it had been searching for something. The being didn't move much, just tilted its head slightly, studying the camera before fading into the dark. Its skin looked old, almost tired, showing signs of age. Could it have been left behind years ago? Or maybe it was waiting for someone, a signal that never came. Window visitor. In 2021, an Ohio man finally caught what had been haunting his daughter for days. She'd been quiet, uneasy, and claimed someone was watching her through the window.
What? Somebody's in the window. Keep it up.
One night, while she played games with her brother, she ran out in fear, saying, "Someone is there again." When the man rushed in, the light revealed a figure peeking from the window, tall, pale, and with a strangely large head. As soon as it was noticed, it darted away. Luckily, his phone camera recorded everything before it vanished. Neighbors who saw the clip didn't call it a man. They said it matched the description of something not from this world. Tall being. This viral Las Vegas footage still divides the internet. In May 2023, a local resident called 911 claiming a tall being with large eyes in his backyard. Minutes earlier, police body cams had recorded a green light streaking across the sky. Security cameras then caught the being with an unusual appearance and unnaturally long fingers sitting near the bushes, as if finding something. Officials released only fragments of the footage, citing ongoing verification, but online users weren't buying it. Some claimed the clip was fabricated with 3D software, while others insisted it was authentic. The question remains, why was the video taken down after police involvement? Do share your thoughts in the comments below. Siberian discovery. In another clip from the frozen stillness of Siberia, a man walking his dog stumbled upon something chilling. This was a small creature lying motionless in the snow. Its skin looked strange.
Missing a limb, it had a sort of a dark grayish skin color.
Its head oddly tilted as if mid-scream. Locals believed it was no animal, and soon, rumors spread across Russia comparing it to the old Aliohanka case, another alleged alien found decades ago. Experts tried explaining it away as a monkey or a hoax, but nothing could justify the creature's lifeless stare or the untouched snow around it. The video vanished soon after, and those who filmed it claimed government officials took the body. Some say it was never a hoax, just another one that got found too soon. Nevada secret. A leaked video, allegedly from a hidden Nevada facility, has left investigators puzzled. The shaky recording shows a dimly lit room where a green-skinned being is under the flashlight. It was looking with large eyes as it murmured in an unrecognizable tone, as if trying to communicate. The person filming stayed silent. Experts who reviewed the clip say it appears genuine, showing no signs of editing. What was this creature doing there, and why was the room soundproofed? It was believed the footage came from Area 51 itself, and that the one filming didn't survive long after leaking it. Backyard visitor. This man and his daughter in California heard something moving in their backyard one quiet night in 2014. He went out to see, turned his flashlight toward the sound, and froze. Behind a tree stood a figure with gray skin and large black eyes reflecting the light back. For a brief second, it didn't move, just stared. But the man got a real shock, grabbed his daughter, and ran inside. When he dared to check the footage later, the creature exactly matched the description of aliens. He now believes that the alien was hiding, or maybe finding a place to live on Earth. What would you guys do if you saw an alien in your house? Comment below. Lone visitor. A man from Mexico shared chilling footage from his Ring camera. Something he'd been hearing for nights finally showed itself. The clip captured a figure peeking from behind the wall near his door. Its black eyes fixed toward the door. When the man stepped outside, the being vanished into the darkness without a trace. Locals believe it wasn't an isolated visit, that the creature was left behind from a nearby UFO sighting days earlier.
It's a UFO for real, y'all!
It seemed to be lost, or it was watching him specifically. Either way, it never returned, but neither did the silence. River creature. Along the Pico Mayo River in Bolivia, a ufologist's camera caught a creature that looked barely solid, a greenish, 4-foot-tall being with see-through skin and arms too long for its body. Locals said the area had long been known for strange lights and missing hikers.
El lugar de por sí es un poco extraño. En las noches se puede...
What unsettled experts most wasn't the being's shape, but its reflection. There wasn't one. The photo showed it walking near water that mirrored everything else, except the creature itself. Some now believe that the region hides interdimensional portals, and this being didn't arrive there. It slipped through. Area 51 meeting. In 2018, a video leaked online showing a retired military officer, Lanford James, calmly talking to an extraterrestrial near Area 51. The atmosphere wasn't tense. It was familiar, almost routine. At times, the man nodded as if listening to instructions. His gestures looked rehearsed, as though this wasn't their first meeting, and this clip could prove long-term cooperation between humans and non-humans. If true, maybe our world's biggest secrets aren't being built in secret bases. They're being negotiated there. Restricted footage. A leaked 2015 security clip from Area 51 showed a strange man walking a corridor until the zoom revealed his face. Bald head, weird features, big ears too far apart to be human. Officials dismissed it as a distortion, but the frames before the cut told another story. His skin looked inhuman, almost like it was trying to maintain a disguise. The footage disappeared from every internal log a week later. Those who've studied the frames believe he wasn't an intruder at all, but one of them, walking freely inside their own facility. 911 call. The North Carolina dispatch tape still gives listeners chills. A driver reported seeing a man struggling on the roadside. Then his tone shifted mid-call. He said, "That's not human."
What was that, sir?
That's not human! That's not human!
Moments later, a thud was heard through the line, and he said, "There's something in the back of my truck."
Driving on 210, I just crossed the Black River, and I thought I saw a guy standing on the side of the road bleeding.
Sir, are you okay, sir?
There's something in the back of my truck!
The connection ended with static. Deputies found the truck abandoned, doors open, engine running, but no trace of the caller. The recording was later classified as a Class A entity encounter. Miami encounter. It began as a chaotic brawl among teens at Bayside Mall, but what happened next turned the scene into something unsettling. As police arrived, phones captured tall, dark figures, silhouettes nearly 10 feet high, moving in the distance near the entrance. Witnesses claimed they weren't men at all, but shadow beings, blending into the night like living smoke. The footage spread fast, and those who slowed it down saw what looked like glowing outlines behind the shapes. Officials dismissed it as confusion during the fight, yet locals still say that Miami's Bayside wasn't cleared for safety that night. It was quarantined. White House figure. A tourist filming the Washington skyline captured something no one was supposed to see. A thin, gray figure gliding along the roof of the White House. The clip, posted online in 2017, showed a shape that didn't move like a guard or a person at all. Security never confirmed the footage, and the original video vanished within hours. Those who managed to download it claim the figure wasn't human. It did not seem like a trespasser. It might be an otherworldly visitor the cameras weren't meant to catch. Weird man. In a short clip posted online in 2023 from Florida, a figure was lying toward the ground, back arching and spine shifting beneath a translucent pattern, like scales glimmering under light. The man's face never appeared, but his body moved as though something inside was pushing to escape. Some said it was an art experiment, others a reptilian shedding caught mid-shift. What made people question that claim was the location data. The video was tagged near a restricted testing site. Maybe he wasn't hiding, but changing back. Cave watcher. These hikers recorded footage in Arizona showing a strange humanoid figure standing near a cave entrance. It wore a blue suit and had whitish, almost unnatural skin. The being appeared cautious, scanning the area as if waiting for a signal. It stood there for minutes, then walked back into the darkness. It looked like the cave wasn't natural, that it connected to an underground network used by non-human visitors. The odd part? The area has been closed off by authorities since the clip went viral, under the excuse of safety maintenance. Forest encounter. A leaked 2018 Peruvian military video revealed soldiers facing a tall, thin creature deep in the jungle. It stood around 7 feet high, with grayish skin and massive black eyes reflecting their flashlights. The troops aimed their lights at it, but it barely flinched, moving silently between trees before vanishing. Locals believe the dense forest hides an underground base connected to recent UFO sightings above the Andes. What if Peru's remote wilderness isn't just nature's secret, but a gateway to something that's been here longer than we think? Nazca discovery. A group of grave robbers entered the Nazca caves in Peru, chasing legends of buried gold. But what they found wasn't treasure. It was a body. Lying flat on a rock was a blue-skinned being with thin, stiff limbs, its shape unlike anything human.
Yo, I think we're seeing some aliens.
They filmed for only seconds before fear drove them out. When others returned the next day, the body was gone. No marks, no evidence, just an empty slab of stone. They said government agents recovered it overnight, or the creature was never lifeless. It simply woke up and left. Whatever happened beneath those caves, it wasn't meant to be uncovered. Secret room. Leaked CCTV footage from 2008 showed what appeared to be a small alien pacing inside a dimly lit room. Its movements were uneasy, its gaze nervous. Then someone entered the room without being captured on camera. A human figure. Instantly, the being sat on the floor, almost like it had been trained to do so. The clip ended there, but what unsettled viewers most wasn't the creature itself. It was the setting. This wasn't a lab. It looked more like an isolated bunker, silent and cold. Authorities denied the footage, of course. But if that room truly exists, it raises one question. How many more are hidden like it? Hidden bodies. When former Air Force intelligence officer David Grush testified before Congress, the world went silent. He confirmed what many feared, that the U.S. has recovered non-human bodies from crash sites. Images leaked afterward allegedly showed preserved beings stored deep within Area 51. Authorities brushed it off as misinformation, but insiders hinted that those photos were real. And they were presented too. The bigger question isn't if these bodies exist, but why they're being kept. Were they visitors or warnings from civilizations that came before us? The truth may already be known, just not to the rest of us. Eckhart Files. This resurfaced clip from Pensacola, Florida, still unsettles viewers. Caught in 2006 by David Eckhart's home surveillance, the footage shows a small humanoid figure peeking from behind his bedroom door while he slept. Its limbs were unnaturally thin, its head elongated, unmistakably resembling what many describe as grays. This wasn't an isolated case. David claimed he'd experienced similar encounters since childhood, always during sleep. Experts later suggested these beings choose their subjects early in life for ongoing studies. If that's true, this footage was a glimpse into a lifelong observation that never really ended. Aliohanka mystery.
It was nicknamed Aliohanka by the media, but according to the woman, the creature was still alive when she discovered it.
In 1996, a Russian woman discovered what she believed was an alien infant, small, gray, and hairless, with enormous eyes. Locals named it Aliohanka, and for years it was said to have been alive before vanishing mysteriously. Recent reports, however, claim it wasn't alien at all, but a fetus deformed by the 1957 Soviet nuclear event. Yet people doubt that explanation, saying the body's structure and skull shape didn't match any known deformity. Rumors persist that the real remains were taken away by unidentified visitors who arrived in the village soon after. Maybe the so-called forensic results were just the cover story for what they retrieved.
I immediately can tell this isn't human because it's very small.
Unknown being. It happened in 2024. A group of explorers entered an abandoned site deep in rural Texas. As they walked past broken pillars and overgrown walls, one of them froze. A pale humanoid figure was peeking from behind the concrete. It moved unnaturally fast, appearing and vanishing within seconds. Their camera caught only brief flashes before they sprinted back to their car. Locals later warned them that the place was once a restricted government testing zone. Whatever they saw there wasn't human, and maybe it was never meant to be seen at all.
Man, let's go back. Come on.
Vanishing officer. A strange dashcam video surfaced on the dark web in 2019, uploaded by someone using the name Ikowthings. The clip, allegedly classified by the Pentagon, showed a police officer walking toward a stopped car during what looked like a routine check. But within seconds, a blinding beam of light struck from above, and the officer disintegrated into what seemed like ashes. The driver sped away, terrified. The location was never revealed, and the uploader disappeared soon after posting it. It looked like an alien extraction gone wrong, or it was evidence of secret energy equipment. Either way, that light didn't come from Earth. Vanishing man.
It's the doorbell camera video that's raising a lot of questions today. A man walks out of a house, and in an instant, it looks like he's beamed up to outer space.
In 2020, a Houston man named Larry Lewis became the center of a bizarre mystery. His home security footage showed him stepping outside for fresh air, only to vanish in a sudden flash of light, as if pulled upward into the sky. The next day, Larry laughed it off, saying he couldn't talk about it right now.
Where were you?
I can't talk about it right now, so...
But what's strange is the timestamp. The camera froze for 3 full seconds right after he disappeared. No glitch, no interference, just silence. Was it an abduction, teleportation, or did Larry experience something he's been told not to reveal? Forest figure. A group of kids was laughing near a forest in Indonesia when they heard rustling from deep within the trees. Thinking it was a prank, they pointed their camera toward the sound. But what they caught wasn't human. A tall, pale being stood motionless behind a tree, its limbs long and unnatural. As the camera zoomed in, a faint glow flickered behind it, like another presence watching. Then, the video cut out. The clip spread across forums, with viewers claiming the glow resembled eyes. Not from an animal, but from something observing the entire scene. The kids never returned to that forest again. Unknown voices. 2 friends in Oregon in 2011 decided to trace the eerie voices echoing around their property. As their flashlights cut through the trees, one beam froze, catching 2 hollow dark eyes peering down from a branch above. This was enough to terrify them and run for their lives. The next day, they found strange claw-like markings on the bark near that same tree. It could be an animal, but they believe it was an alien observer, something that didn't belong there. For weeks, the men claimed they could still hear the sounds at night, coming from the woods that never stopped watching back. Lost researcher. Back in 1997, a man named Lucas, known for studying extraterrestrial activity, vanished after recording what might have been his final video. The footage showed him hurriedly packing his belongings, glancing nervously toward the window, as if someone or something was outside. Suddenly, the feed glitched and cut. When it resumed for a split second, a pale figure appeared in the distortion. Then everything went black. Lucas was never seen again. Investigators ruled it an ordinary disappearance, but the clip's timestamp revealed something chilling. It stopped exactly at 3:33 a.m., the same time several alleged abduction cases were logged that year. Vegas mystery. Experts call it the clearest evidence yet. Take a look. A 2023 video showing 8-foot-tall translucent beings moving through a Las Vegas backyard. Analysts slowed the frames, revealing outlines of heads surrounded by a smoky aura, like a shimmer of invisibility. Investigators compared the footage to military cloaking prototypes and found no match. The homeowner swore the power flickered seconds before the figures appeared. Whether it was alien tech or something even more advanced, one thing's certain, those shapes weren't shadows. They were real, and they were aware of being filmed. Lizard Man. In 1988, a young man in Bishopville, South Carolina, stopped to fix a flat tire near Scape Ore Swamp. What happened next became legend. He reported a towering, red-eyed creature with scales and claws that grabbed at his car, leaving the metal torn and scratched.
And I mean, we're just like, oh my God, what could have done this?
Soon, others came forward. Farmers, pilots, and locals, each describing a figure unlike anything natural. Skeptics dismissed it as a hoax, yet missing pets, twisted fences, and mangled cars suggested otherwise. The sheriff himself admitted the fear was real. Today, the lizard man is Lee County's monster, tied to ancient tales of swamp guardians. Whether cryptid or cover-up, its story refuses to fade. Masked disguise. A viral clip from Mexico in 2024 left viewers speechless. It showed a man adjusting his face mask during a live stream, but when he pulled it off, his hands didn't look human. Beneath the mask was a reptilian-like face covered in greenish scales. For a brief moment, he stared directly at the camera before the feed cut to static. It seemed to be a part of a secret broadcast leak, proof that reptilian hybrids are no longer hiding among us. Maybe they've been here all along, and this one simply forgot to stay disguised. Olympic watcher. During the 2012 London Olympics, an audience member's camera captured something eerie in the crowd. A tall figure with reptile-like skin. It appeared to scan the stadium, watching rather than cheering. Strangely, no one nearby seemed to notice. Some conspiracy theorists suggest that such high-profile global events draw these beings, blending among world leaders and citizens to observe humanity's behavior, or perhaps to ensure the world remains under quiet supervision. UN representative. A live broadcast from the United Nations captured a moment that left viewers uneasy. As the US representative spoke, all focus shifted to him. He had a distorted, unnatural face that did not look like any human. At first dismissed as camera interference, analysts later noticed the distortion followed the representative's movement, not the camera's. Whistleblowers claim high-ranking officials worldwide are not always human, but borrowed forms, reptilian entities influencing global policy. The UN never addressed the clip, yet it quietly disappeared from official archives within 24 hours. Some believe that wasn't an error, but an act of preservation. Unexpected encounter. Back in 2007, a group of friends in Brazil were filming after a house party when their fun turned to fear. The camera caught something lurking outside, a pale shape moving between trees.
Mano, eu vi alguma coisa aqui, Thiago. Tem alguma coisa passou aqui, velho.
One man insisted he saw it standing still behind the fence, but when he turned back, it was gone. Reviewing the footage later, they realized the figure had long limbs and glowing eyes reflecting red in the camera light. Locals later claimed that stretch of road was once used for secret military transport. Maybe something escaped that night and was simply trying to find its way home. Open discussion. Today's open discussion is about this latest 2025 clip. A farmer in Texas set up security cameras after his animals began vanishing one by one. Days later, the footage revealed two strange, thin figures wandering near his shed, moving in sync with unnaturally long limbs, like nothing that belonged on Earth. The clip spread fast online, sending chills through everyone who watched it. Some claimed it was AI generated, while others swore the movement was too organic. Too real. The farmer has since left the property, refusing to return. It seemed like the land isn't his anymore. It's theirs. And if that footage was real, they might not just be on his farm. They could be anywhere by now. What do you say about it? Let me know in the comments.